Some 6,000 rice farmers across Guyana can now rest easy knowing that their rice crop is covered under a new insurance program realized through an arrangement between the government of Guyana and Indian corporate giant UPL Limited and Philip Morris International based in the United States of America. Under this first-of-a-kind facility in Guyana, farmers will be shielded from extreme weather conditions such as droughts and flooding. The best part is, they won't have to pay a cent in the form of premiums, as is usually the case with insurance policies. In delivering the featured address at the launching ceremony at the Anna Regina Multilateral School this past week, President Dr. Mohamed Fanali said the crop insurance for rice farmers in Guyana is a catalyst for expanding opportunities within the agriculture sector. He stressed that this is the latest in a series of measures aimed at ensuring continued development within the sector and includes reducing interest rates from commercial banks to help ensure the industry's long-term sustainability and viability.
The wealth of our country is in agriculture and food production. And our farmers can be assured that the revenue from oil and gas would be used to transform the agriculture sector, to make it profitable, to make it sustainable, and to ensure that our farmers live a life of high value and dignity and pride. We're not building the food sector halfway. We're going to invest in the best technology. We're going to invest in the best of science, into research. We're going to invest in sustainable agriculture. And I agree with Jai. We must lead a revolution globally in which farmers who farm in a sustainable way to safeguard our land, our water, and our environment must be compensated to do so. It is one thing to say we want a methane-free world, but it's another thing to give the farmers the incentive to lead us to a methane-free world. And that is what is important. How are we going to ensure we incentivize the global system to support our farmers to achieve the goals that we want to achieve as a global community? And you can rely on this government with partners like UPL, with individuals like Jai, researchers, scientists, and Philip Morris International, that we will do our part in advancing this cause. Today marks a milestone moment in our agricultural sector. We also know that what the perils are associated with crop failure. We all know how floods and pest infestation can devastate crops and leave farmers struggling to repay their debts and without the finance to go back into crop. For years we have talked about crop insurance, but little traction was made. Until now, this is what makes today so historic. We owe it to those who feed our nation to ensure that they have a cushion should misfortune visit them. For the farmers in Hampton Court, Devonshire Castle, Walton Hall, and other areas in Region 2 that flood frequently, who lost harvest to floods. This program is not just relief, it is a lifeline for you. This initiative is part of government's larger goal to enhance livelihoods, safeguard our agricultural traditions, and position Guyana as a regional front runner in climate-smart agriculture. What we are doing here today is leapfrogging agriculture into the new age for food production system that must be climate-smart, climate resilient, and sustainable in its every form. And that is what we are celebrating here today. Over the last 4 years, We have put more resources into creating a food ecosystem that is both resilient and sustainable. The food ecosystem needs to enhance yield, broaden production, and ensure resilience against climate change and other external factors. Consequently, the allocation for agriculture in Guyana's national budget over the previous 2 years was 8%, an increase from 5.9% in 2021. This percentage is relatively high when compared to the global average of 1.5%. When the rest of the world is investing 1.5% of their national budget in agriculture and food production, we in Guyana are investing 8%, and we should be proud of that. We should be proud of that accomplishment.
The president explained that Guyana's rice industry is a major foreign exchange earner and as such must be supported and provided with the resources and tools to grow and expand.
Rice continues to stand tall as Guyana's leading agricultural export commodity. In 2024, it contributed approximately 17.5% of our agricultural GDP, generating $250 building on a legacy of growth with renewed strength and purpose. Through the efforts of the government, rice production reached a historic 725,000 metric tons in 2024. And we are now targeting over 804,000 metric tons in 2025. We have already surpassed the first crop target, as the Minister of Agriculture alluded to. By 2030, it is projected that rice production will far exceed 1 million metric tons. We are on our way to achieving this as our national yield has climbed from 5.9 tons per hectare in 2020 to 6.6 tons in 2024. With over 3 new varieties launched during this period, the GRDB 16, the GRDB 18, and the biofortified rice, GRDB 17, all have yielded potential between 7 to 9 tons per hectare. And I think farmers, you need to give a resounding round of applause to the Ministry of Agriculture, the Minister, the researchers, GRDB, for the enormous work that they have done. And they continue to do. More than 5 experiments are underway now that will look at increasing your productivity, increasing your revenue per acre, diversify your income source in rice. We are doing this because we care about you, the farmers. We love you, the farmers. And we want you not only to survive, we want the farmers to succeed. That is what we want. With clear policies, clear programs. Not by just words, but by setting out a clear vision, supported by investment. That is what the government is about. My government has continuously stood with more than 5,300 rice farmers nationally. We have removed the VAT and duties on machinery, equipment, agrochemicals, fertilizer, and pesticide. You forgot that? That was imposed on you by the previous government. We removed that. We negotiated the settlement of the Panama payment, $1.5 billion of settlement we negotiated with Panama. We provided farmers with $3.6 billion in fertilizer, flood relief, and seed paddy assistance. We allocated $1.85 billion to farmers from 2022 to 2024. And in 2025, another $2 billion will be distributed to farmers in fertilizer support. We have upgraded infrastructure, including 9 drying floors in Region 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, a laboratory for value-added soil, germplasm storage facility, screen house to further research, introduction of technology and machinery, drone technology, and the use of specialized tractors for broadcasting fertilizer and seeds and application of pesticide.
Earlier in the program, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said that farmers can rest assured of government's continuing support in good times and especially during those bad times. He noted that the crop insurance now means farmers can focus on expanding and modernizing their cultivations, ensuring they employ the best practices in realizing the optimum possible harvest every time.
Today's lunch is very, very important. And we have seen over the last 4.5 years, we have seen where our country is moving in terms of agriculture. And I can mention all the other sectors, but agriculture, we have seen now we have moved agriculture to a different level. Gone are the days when we used to do only subsistent agriculture. We heard one member of the farmers just talk about what they have been achieving in the agriculture sector. Over the last 4 years, we have seen increase in yield. We have brought out 4 varieties, new varieties of rice in this country. We have increased production from just about 5 tons per hectare in 2020 to now around approximately 6.6 tons per hectare in the industry across the country. We have also seen an incremental increase over the years. Rice production have increased from 559,789 tons in 2021 to 610,595 tons in 2022 and to 653,706 tons in 2023. But since the inception of rice planting in our country, for the first time in the history of our country, we have passed the 700,000 ton mark in 2024. We have produced 725,282 tons in 2024. This year's target is 804,000 tons. We have already surpassed the first half-year target. We have produced 415,000 tons for the first half of this year. So these didn't came about because we want to increase. We came about because of the investment we have made in the industry. It came about because of what we have done to ensure that we bring out better variety of seed paddy. We have better practices in the industry. We have the extension officers and extension service working amongst the farmers. Those are some of the things that we have had. And we have seen that the rice industry have advanced tremendously over the last 4.5 years. But despite those advances, our rice industry continues to wrestle with the unpredictable challenges posed by climate change, from sudden droughts to unexpected floods, which can devastate harvests and endangers the livelihood of those who rely on crops. And you all can testify to this. In 2021, the agriculture sector was severely impacted by the worst floods in our country's history. The floods left several areas swamped for a prolonged period, resulting in estimated damage and losses in the agriculture sector of approximately $50 billion. You all remember that flood? Many of you here in the Essequibo Coast. Approximately 2,000 rice farmers had also suffered devastating damages, with almost 30,000 acres of rice was lost. So those were some of the problems that the farmers were faced with. But I can remember also that the government prompt and proactive flood mitigation measures, along with flood relief, over $2 billion were given to the rice farmers to ensure that you go back to the land. In addition to the flood relief, we have seen seed paddy, fertilizer also were made available to farmers. As climate-related risks become more frequent and severe, it is not just a matter of chance, but it's a matter of responsibility that our farmers are protected against such risk. So that is where the vision came from. The president was very proactive when we had that flood in 2021. We visited all the regions in this country. And every single region, all 10 regions in this country, were affected with that flood. Over $7.8 billion the government made available to farmers, rice farmers, cash crop farmers, livestock farmers. And this whole idea came about where the president was looking for a product to ensure that our farmers can be covered. As I said, it is the duty of the government to step in. But not all government, because we heard that what Jai said just now. The first time he's seen a politician so passionate about this sector. The first time, and not all government are responsive to the needs of the farmers. Not so long ago, we had a period in this country when we were told that rice was a private business. Y'all remember that period? We had a period when rice prices went as low as $2,100 a bag, when the farmers were promised $6,000 to $9,000 a bag. Unlike today. And not only for this, this was not a one-off intervention by the government for this first crop that gone. I remember that we had discussion 2-3 years when the rice price was going down. And at that time, we also had to contribute to mitigate the price so that farmers would have enjoyed a better price for the paddy, like what we did the last crop. And even that we subsidized the price by $300, we also went further. And we went and helped to purchase farmers' paddy in Region 2 so that their paddy can be purchased and not spoiled. Those are the commitments that your government, the PPP civic government, has. So, comrades, this launch signifies not only a bold step in climate resilience, but also a demonstration of the government's unwavering commitment to safeguarding the livelihood of our farmers and strengthening the foundation of our national food security in Guyana. As a result of the partnership between the government of Guyana, the Ministry of Agriculture, and GRDB, the UPL Costa Rica, and Philip Morris International, approximately 6,000 rice farmers will now receive agricultural insurance coverage for the first time. But I want to say, for the first time in our country's history, but the president have negotiated with no premium payment is required by the farmer. That is important. You will be covered, but you will not pay insurance premium every month, how the normal insurance works. And this insurance product will support and cover farmers in the event of extreme adverse weather conditions, such as flooding and drought. Those are the areas, and those are the main areas that you, the rice farmers, are affected by, because if there's not enough water, you'll have problems in getting irrigation for your land. Many times we have that issues. Sometimes we have heavy rainfall, we have flooding, the dams are bad, you cannot bring out your paddy. Many of the time your paddy is spoiled in the field. From now, you'll be covered by this product so that you can be compensated when those things happen.
Over the coming weeks, rice farmers interested in getting insurance coverage must complete an application form and commit to engaging all recommended agronomic practices in realizing a bountiful harvest, weather permitting.